Well, that was an interesting painting last week. It took me a little bit of time to achieve the end result that I was looking for, but we've let that dry now and it's a brand new week, and I just wanted to quickly share this one with you. I'll just quickly step back so you can sort of proportionately see how big this is. I'm 6'2", so yeah, this is quite a big piece. Once that's stretched on a canvas, it's going to be 38 inches by 38 inches, and I'm still really in love with painting square format at the minute. If you've just stumbled across me, I'm James. This is my Flowworks channel, and I do a painting every single Wednesday, and I document every single piece of art that I create. And as I say this in my other videos, that's for two reasons. Number one, you, the viewers at home, and number two, so I can document every single piece of art that I create, so I can look back over time and see if I can see a progression. I can already start to begin to see a progression, and I think that's just understanding how the paint sort of mix together and what you can sort of get away with in terms of putting that paint onto a canvas. So really, it's just a question of practice, 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 and just keep painting, and you will start to develop over time your own style and technique. So yeah, last week's was a little bit challenging. It took 2 or 3 sort of sessions in order to finish this piece, but I'm glad I gave it a go because I think the end result has turned out really, really well. Don't forget you can follow along with this one today. With all that being said, let's get this one down. New canvas is behind it, ready to go, and we get some paint onto the canvas and see what we can come up with today. Here we go. Canvas is on the wall, and I've masked off the horizon line just higher than halfway. So my challenge today, I want to challenge myself to a black and white painting. I'm going to be using that Payne's grey colour that I bought a few weeks back, along with some white. As well as black and white, I'm going to be using that full body silver as well that I purchased, because that paint gives off a really good reflection and it's really sort of heavily bodied. So yeah, black and white. So on my palette I've got an absolute ton of white as normal, with some of that Payne's grey, Floetrol, and some gloss medium. So I'm going to mix that in there, and I'm just going to start getting that up there. Work your way from the top downwards. Come to the bed. Try not to mix the paint too much on the palette, otherwise you'll just end up with one sort of tone colour and you'll be forever mixing in colours to get that definition. Break it wild, make it wild, 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 make it wild, make it wild. So I'm just literally chucking this on there, quite heavy in places, which is alright because it builds up on that texture level. We might have an area again in the middle that is quite heavily white. Paint on your arm. That's when you know you're having fun, when you get a bit of splash on your arm with the paint. Love it. I could probably bath in paint. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bit weird. One last little bit in the corner. I'll move over this way so you can see it. Okay, so that really did not take too long at all. More paint on my arm as per normal. So that's the first stage of this painting. Then we're going to take off the tape and we're going to feed in some more colour down below, and it will start to sort of come alive. Just by putting that white on that horizon, it's just added that extra level down there. So going in with some Payne's grey mixed in with the white, loosely mixed as well, and we're just going to be feeding in this side and this side. And then just painting up to that line. So when you're coming up to the line, you don't want to be holding the brush this way, sort of feed it in this way and sort of push the paint up a little bit up to the line as well. Bring it up to the line. Doesn't matter if you go over it slightly. Just picking up on a bit more white We're going to chuck in the middle. Blend that out each side. That just needs feeding up a bit more.
I scrolled down the Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want to see. He had his hand around your waist and a smile on your face, like the way you look at me. 'Cause only 8 months ago he was holding your hand, slow dancing and kissing the top of your head. And I don't know how to compete with that, 'cause you were friends since you were kids and it still feels like we just only met. Yeah, I was so naive, thinking that you've only felt this way for me.
If you are going to paint this size, you do actually need a lot of paint each time. 500 mils of paint will easily do a few of these paintings. The more you paint, the more obviously paint you're going to need.
Even when you try to tell me I got no real reason to worry, mine starts to imagine things that never happened. I start to believe that you're still in love with some other has-been. Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one?
Just keep repeating the process until you've covered all of that canvas. Now I'm just being a little bit more loose with my brush stroke. So I want this paint to sit on top now. There's a bit of texture, especially with this white as well.
Rising in the back of my mind is that you'll finally open up your eyes, that you'll leave me for another guy. Yeah, it's a scary truth that maybe I don't know you in the way they do. You always tell me I'm the only one you wanna be with, so why can't I believe it? Yeah, old boyfriends kinda scare me, 'cause they all got a little bit of history with you. Even when you try to tell me that I got no real reason to worry.
Okay, so I feel as though I need to just extend this light source up in the middle. So I'm holding the brush at an angle.
Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one? Do you think I'm gonna be the last one?
I'm just bringing that white over.
Baby, the hardest part is fighting back this anxious heart, but I've come to realize that if we don't have
And probably a little bit more there.
might as well have nothing. But old boyfriends still scare me. They all got a little bit of history with you. Even when you try to tell me I got no real reason to worry.
Okay, good. I just want to pick up on some of the darker colour, and I'm just going to feed some brush strokes up here.
Baby, I'm just asking, do you think I'm gonna be the last one? Last one. Do you think I'm gonna be the last one?
Right, we're going to crack open the silver. But so far, loving the blockiness of this one. With the light source on the horizon, it's sort of disjointing the foreground of this piece, and the white paint is actually beginning to run down where it's really heavy. I've just poured out some of this heavy body silver from Art Discount acrylic paint. Don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that silver it's just like melted down silver. So let's go. What I'm trying to achieve with this is not blend it too much, just leave it hanging on the actual painting, creating that texture. Because the thicker it goes on, the more sheen it's gonna give off. That looks great when it goes through the white. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm tempted to go in with some silver in this area, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold myself back because I think this is all about sort of this foreground drawing you in. If I start adding some of the silver into this area, it will all start to merge into one big painting. And don't forget, this silver colour works really well when you hit sort of a dark area. It really jumps out. Just literally got a bit of sky up here that hasn't got any paint on the canvas. Just a section on my horizon that I can see canvas. I just want to take that out. So just by adding in those few brush marks on the horizon, it's taken the edge off of it. It was a little bit too prominent before. Now I feel as though it sort of draws you into the piece without looking too disjointed. It looks like one piece. I hope you've had just as much fun as I have painting this. I'm really happy with the end result of this. That was just 3 colours, Payne's grey, white and silver. Got it all over my hands. I'll step back so you can sort of see how big this piece is when it's finished. And you saw how easy it was to do. Number one, we started with the top section. We had some tape on the horizon. Always have your horizon either higher or lower. I don't have it dead centre. Mixed in that paint, bled it all in. We had the light source in the middle that's sort of spreading out. Peeled off the tape. Then I started feeding in darker colour in the foreground and added that texture effect. Added in a bit more black towards the top. And then to top it all off, we went in with the heavy body silver from Art Discount and we created this really nice deep texture effect in the silver that's going to reflect and give it that real good texture, look and feel. So thank you very much for watching this one to the end. Please like and subscribe if you like it or dislike it. I can sort of judge whether you, the viewer at home, likes this piece. Also leave your comments down below if you want to ask me any questions or what you want me to see paint next. I can probably guarantee it's going to be another square piece because I'm really excited about painting square. I don't know why. I think it's like the whole Instagram square thing. Anyway, talking of Instagram, check me out on Instagram as well. You feel free to follow me on there and give me some love. I appreciate that. And until next week, have a great week and I'll catch you in next week's Flowworks.